Welcome to the Awakened Aphrodite podcast with me, your host, Pamela Horner, master hypnotherapist, master practitioner of neurolinguistic programming, mental and emotional release, and all things feminine dominance. Listening to this podcast means that you are ready for deep, passionate, soul connected, magic lace love and business, and you are ready to have them both and so much more all at the same time. If you're here, it's because you've done the work, you've shown up, and now you're ready to cash it all in and finally receive everything you've ever dreamt of. Every time you listen to this podcast, you will open more up to love, abundance, turn on, and magic, and you'll feel absolutely compelled to say yes to everything that's meant for your highest alignment and good. If you're ready to work with me and dive deeper, please follow me on Instagram at The Awakened Aphrodite or go to theawakenedaphrodite.com to stay in the know of all of the palace happenings. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, comment, share, and give the show 5 stars. And I know that you will fall in love with today's episode. So, today we are going to be talking about how your need or your focus on instant results is the exact thing that is destroying your business and probably your love life too. And before I continue, I want to announce that I am hosting a free Mistress class this upcoming week. It is going to be November the 13th at 1:11 Pacific. It is called Feminine Dominance, the Art of Leading with Power. And this is for you if you are ready to step into your full power, your full fucking power, so that you can ask for more money, make more money, and create the love that you truly desire. Because if you are a woman, you create, we are the creators. And most women that I know are not tapping into this power because it has been, taken away from us in many, many different forms and ways over the years. And so in many ways, this power is seen as bad, wrong, and in some cases forbidden. So please sign up. The link is below or it's in my bio on Instagram, and I will see you there. So I want to talk to you today about how, this anxiety, this persistence, this sort of clamoring for instant results is always the thing that destroys everyone's business and love life above absolutely anything and everything else. And I see this so often. I see this so often in the coaching world. I see this so often in the romance world. It's the person who goes on one date and is like, is this my husband? Or is this my wife? Or is this my partner forever? It's a person that doesn't take responsibility in their business and 10K or 20K or 30K a month, but they really are not taking any responsibility. And here's the thing that I want you to know. I've been both of these people in my life at different points. And so again, as I always say, this is no shade, no shame. It is simply to call out, call in, call up so that you can finally start having the results that you want. I mean, it doesn't make you a bad person. It's simply the awareness piece and understanding that it is a marathon. It is not a sprint, right? And this is especially true in business. This is especially true in business. The moment that you're asking yourself, oh, why don't I have this yet? You're not even present to what you do have in your business. The moment that your concern is completely on how do I have 30K months, but not on the people that you're maybe serving right now and the results that you are creating, is the moment that that disconnect happens. And then unfortunately, all the content that you create is coming from this pool of energy, because this is energy. Money is energy. Money amplifies what already is. Money amplifies what already is. Love amplifies what already is as well, but in a different way. Love amplifies your relationship with yourself and what that is. But money amplifies what already is. And so if you're already stressed and panicked in your business, money is only going to serve to make you more stressed and more panicked. And so money is a beautiful medicine as well in terms of us understanding what really exists underneath the depths of our unconscious minds, what really exists in our psyche, and what trauma is there really asking to be cleaned up. Because here's the deal, if you can't hold what you have already, there's no fucking way in hell that you are going to be gifted with 10K months, 20K months, 30K months. If you can't even hold having $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month or nothing per month, if you can't hold that, there's no way that you're going to be gifted more to hold when you can't even hold what you have. If your hands are not only full, but like dangerously so, your unconscious mind is not going to allow you to hold more because it's going to be like, we're already in this grave danger that simply doesn't make any sense. So, here is what I really want to invite you into. I want to invite you into the awareness that your focus on instant results is the thing that you need to let go of. Results take time, and the amount of time depends on who we're talking about. There are people that meet their soulmates tomorrow, right? You can meet your soulmate in 10 minutes. You could have already met your soulmate and you have no idea. You could already have clients that have been stalking you online for months, but having your focus be on anything other than what is potentially present is going to destroy your business. If imagine your soulmate already exists and is around you and you're constantly complaining how you never meet people, they're going to be like, what the hell? Right? Imagine you're in this vibration where you have 6 clients right now that have been stalking you on Instagram or wherever you are for weeks or for months, but your energy and your focus is on how you're not making money and you're making content from that energy constantly. They're not going to be called into your aura, into your energy field, into your essence to work with you. That's just not how it works. And this is where I love talking about magic. I love magic because magic is a real thing. Magic is energy. And when you're casting a spell from a shitty, wanting instant results and not getting them sort of well pool, that's what you get. So I always see this with clients as well. Anytime I've ever had a client in the past that's been like, I need to have this now. Oh my God, I'm freaking out. Like, I need to start having 10K months right away. Da 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 da. I always know that it's going to take them probably way longer to get results. Same is with love. Anytime I've ever had a client that's like, oh my God, like if I don't get married, like in the next year, da 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 da, it's their energy that's so, so, so off. And I'm always like, oh no, there's, they're going to take way longer to even understand these concepts because they're in this mindset of instant results. Anytime I have a client that's like, oh, you know what, listen, I'm just happy to be here and like I'm going to show up and do the thing and I know it's going to take time. They're the people that if anyone gets instant results, it's those people because the energy and the well pool that they're crafting their magic with, let's call it, but the energy from which they take action from is so clean, it's so clear, it's the energy of creation itself, right? The energy of instant results is the energy of death, right? It isn't the energy of creation, the energy of letting go and letting God, letting go and letting Goddess, and also taking the aligned action, doing the things, making the posts, showing up and doing the videos. That is the energy of pure creation itself. And here's what I know to be true. When you're making decisions from wanting instant results, this is where you probably have no plan in your business. If you are doing like lives or something like that, it's probably sporadic as fuck. and you don't have any sort of set structure happening in your business or life, people that want instant results basically never have structure, and they spend a lot of energy every single day spinning out in their own head and not spending that much time actually working, in fact, but spending a lot of time in this sort of emotional exhaustion and cleanup. And that's the real reason why you don't have the clients. And that's the real reason why you don't have the love. And that's the real reason why you're not seeing the results that you want. So, how do we fix this? You've got to, one, understand that no matter what, you're going to be okay. Understand that no matter what, you're going to take care of what you need to take care of. And you're going to create the life, the love life, and the business that you've always wanted. I love the love example in terms of, has this ever happened to you where, like, I know this has happened to me, where I've gone on a date with somebody and they were really close to what I wanted, really close, but they weren't it, right? They weren't it, but they were close. And I've kind of had the thought of, like, should I date them anyways, right? Like, should I just date them anyways? And there's nothing wrong with doing that, truly. But in that moment, I just always said to myself, you know, if I have to wait an extra month, 2 months, 3 months, a year even to meet the person that I know is my person, it's worth it, don't you think? So, this is the thing that I really want to invite you into. So, what does create instant results? What actually creates instant results is letting go of the timeline and coming back into pleasure, coming back into a good wellspring of energy to create from, because you are a creator, you are creating, you are a magician casting spells, right? Ultimately, you are creating. And I want you to imagine, even being a baker, like you're baking things. It doesn't matter if you want people to buy your cakes. If you're using shitty ingredients, AKA your wellspring is shitty, and you're like exhausted and you're trying to like use these shitty ingredients and put a thing together and sell it, it doesn't matter that you're frustrated. People don't give a shit that you're frustrated. People don't care that you couldn't afford better ingredients. They only care that the cake doesn't taste good. And when you're in this instant results paradigm, the cake doesn't taste good. And we need the cake tasting good, right? AKA you. We need you being in your full vibrance. We need you being in your full energy. We need you being in your full pleasure. I had this happen with me in business. I hit this turbulent period in my business where I was seriously like, am I going to be able to pay my rent? I didn't know if I was going to be able to pay my rent. So I had this really difficult conversation with myself. I was like, okay, if you can't pay your rent, what are you going to do? Well, I was like, I have a few options. I can go live in a country where rent is like $500 a month or in a place, and that's what I'll have to do to get by. Or I'll go and live in my mother's basement if I have to. Neither of these things were ideal options. Neither of these things were things that I remotely wanted to ever have to do. And yet I had this willingness to go, I'm not going to put this pressure on my clients, and I'm not going to put this pressure on my business. And yet I'm going to put if I'm going to put pressure anywhere, it's going to be me taking epic care of myself, getting into pleasure, making that a priority, speaking my message, telling people exactly how I can help them transform their lives, giving them really clear action steps to take, not only in my messaging, but in working with me one on one. People that would decide to work with me one on one, people that would decide to join my Mistress Mind or one of my programs, I was always basking in this energy first before calling them in. I was always basking in this energy first before getting on a call with them, before listening to my clients' voice notes, any of these things, so that I could feed them with my wellspring and start to weave that into them and weave that into their life and weave that into, the results that they started to see. Because I know in many cases they just didn't even have it. So here's the deal. We need to get you letting go of the instant result paradigm. If it worked, then that would be a different conversation, but it doesn't work. It feels shitty, and no one wants to even be around you. I guarantee you, when you're in that vibration, the vibration of wanting instant results is a repellent. It's a repellent in love, it's a repellent in business. And again, it just doesn't feel good. So, what I want you to do is, I want you to journal. I want you to grab your journal and I want you to write down how it feels to be in this instant results energy. And I also want you to, so I want you to track the sensations in your body. I also want you to write down how much energy it actually takes you to be in that energy. And I want you to write down how much energy or time, you spend in pleasure instead, or how much energy you even actually are putting into working, like tangible work tasks. And I really want you to get honest with yourself about where your energy is going. And this is going to very clearly show you why it is that you don't have the results that you want. And here's the really good news. This is a thing that you get to shift. This is a thing that you get to shift right away. This is a thing that you can shift in an instant overnight. And again, if you really are a wanter of instant results, let it be an instant shift in this, because this shift is the shift that will get you instant results. Instantly shifting your energy and doing it consistently is the thing that's going to translate into more money, is the thing that's going to translate into more love. I know, like, this happened to me a couple of days ago, where I was doing a sex magic ritual, and I wasn't doing it for anything other than me. Like, not that there's anything wrong with doing sex magic rituals for other things. I just wasn't. I was doing it for my health and just my vibrance and radiance and all of these things. And the next thing you know, within the next 24 hours, my phone was blowing up. My phone was blowing up with clients. My phone, like, being like, oh my God, like, how can we figure this out? I want to work with you. I had a client renew. My phone was blowing up with guys that were like, oh my God, please let me take you out on a date. Like, my phone was blowing up just from me putting all of that time and energy into my pleasure, into my wellspring, not trying to get a thing, but just going, okay, like, this is, I do rituals all the time. This is just a part of my week, or just a part of my weekend. And that shift is always the thing that creates that shift. The day before, I wasn't feeling so great. And I was like, oh, I'm noticing I'm not feeling so good today. My phone wasn't getting blown up in the same way. And so, even in moments, I have to come back to this myself, and I have to remind myself. And that's what I'm here to remind you of too. We're not supposed to remember, right? We weren't born knowing these things. And all of us need a little bit of reminding sometimes, that the gateway to creation is in your pleasure, that the gateway to your creation is in relaxation. And it is time to get really honest about where you're spending most of your time. Are you even spending it in your business? Are you even spending it actually dating, or like with the person that you're dating, like consciously working on your relationship? Or are you spending your most of your time and energy spiraling, being in doubt, thinking terrible things? Get really honest with that. And if this is a thing that you are desiring help with, then not only attend my Mistress Mind or Mistress class on the 13th, this is an event leading up into the Queen's Coven Mistress Mind, which is on December the 13th of this year. The queens that were in this round are seeing epic results. There's people that went from having absolutely no clients to almost completely selling out their one-on-one practice. There are people that have tripled their pricing at least. Um, one of the queens got into like her fucking forever relationship in the first couple of weeks. She was like, having some things happening with a whole other, I won't get too into it, but like having a whole other thing happening. And then, boom, within a couple of weeks of joining the Mistress Mind, met this amazing guy. And the thing that I want you to know is that it's so easy, it's so possible, it's so real, and you are not wired to be able to just like remember on your own all the time. Nobody is. This is where you get to be supported. This is where you get to have me in your back pocket, helping you come back to your power and your remembrance. Support is the reason that I'm successful, and that is what I'm here to give you too. So click the link below or click the link in my bio on Instagram at the Awakened Aphrodite. And I am so excited to see how your life changes in the next 6 months. So excited to be with you, looking back at this moment and going, holy shit, my whole entire life is different. I finally am creating the business and the love life of my wildest dreams and helping you tap into your innate feminine dominance. So thank you so much for listening to this episode. Thank you so much. I love having you here. I want to read all of your comments and make sure that you attend my free event. If you are a woman, this is for you. Step back into your power. And I can't wait to see you there, whether it's day or night. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much.